What appears to be a surprising twist in what has been a very public and very emotional saga involving the family of the former Vice President Joe Biden. As is well known, Biden's son Beau died of brain cancer in 2015. And tonight we're learning that Beau's widow has now reportedly found new love inside the family. New love said to be growing out of the most profound loss in former Vice President Joe Biden's family. Nearly 2 years after the death of Biden's elder son, Beau, his widow, Hallie, is now reportedly in a romantic relationship with Biden's younger son, Hunter, according to an article appearing on the New York Post's Page 6 website. Hunter Biden reportedly saying in a statement given exclusively to Page 6, "Hallie and I are incredibly lucky to have found the love and support we have for each other in such a difficult time, and that's been obvious to the people who love us most. We've been so lucky to have family and friends who have supported us every step of the way." The former Vice President Joe Biden, Beau and Hunter's dad, spoke tonight at the museum in Washington, D.C.
In my view, Senator Snow, all politics is personal.
But he did not address the reported new romance during his speech. He and his wife Jill did reportedly give a statement to Page 6 saying they're happy for the new couple, adding, "We're all lucky that Hunter and Hallie found each other as they were putting their lives together again after such sadness."
Joe Biden is the gold standard for class in a very dirty political world. This is a guy who understands communication, who has always been out front about his situations. One can only imagine what Hallie and Hunter have gone through and the whole Biden family.
In situations of loss, transformation, and really difficulty, it's natural for people to connect. They're connecting because of vulnerability and a common cause.
Reached by ABC News, a spokeswoman for the Bidens declined to comment on the record. Beau Biden passed away in 2015 after a battle with brain cancer. He was a father of two, and he had followed his own dad into a career in public service, joining the military and later successfully running for Attorney General in Delaware.
Still my heart.
At his funeral, Coldplay frontman Chris Martin capturing the family's heartbreak.
I feel my time has come.
And President Obama recognizing Beau's contributions.
It's what our country was built on. Men like Beau. Beau Biden brought to his work a mighty heart. He brought to his family a mighty heart.
Hunter eulogized his older brother, sharing more personal insights, including his first memory of his brother in the hospital as a child after the car crash that killed their mother, and his last moments with Beau.
Each of us desperately, desperately holding him. Each of us whispering, "I love you. I love you. I love you." And I held his hand, and he took his last breath.
Hunter also speaking directly to his brother's family, Beau's widow Hallie and their two children.
We will always be one family, because we always have been one family.
The tight-knit family holding on to each other for support. Hunter seen at Hallie's side during her husband's memorial service, and again when the Delaware National Guard renamed their headquarters in Beau's honor.
The Bidens, and particularly the Biden children, have done a very good job of living relatively low-key lives. You don't hear a lot about their personal lives. They're not in the tabloids.
In 2015, still grieving the loss of his son, Joe Biden announced that he would not be running for president in 2016.
I believe we're out of time, the time necessary to mount a winning campaign for the nomination.
The Bidens are no strangers to public grief. Joe Biden's first wife, Nelia, and his daughter, Naomi, were both killed in a car wreck just weeks after Joe was first elected to the Senate in 1972. Hunter and Beau survived the crash.
The only way you deal with those things, a lot of people have dealt with things like happened to me, I think, is you just got to focus on what's left, what you have.
The consummate family man, Joe, was sworn into office a few weeks later in the hospital at the bedside of 4-year-old Beau. the beginning of an inseparable bond with his boys, one that would continue into adulthood.
My friend, my father, my hero, the next Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden.
The vice president was devastated by Beau's death.
When anyone's in trouble, everyone sort of closes ranks around each other.
Los Angeles Times reporter Michael Mamoli has covered the Biden family for years.
While the vice president himself was obviously stricken with grief, and his focus was on his family.
Biden considered selling his house to help Beau's family, but he says President Obama talked him out of it.
I said, it's no big deal, Mr. President. He said, I'll give you the money. We'll give you the money. Promise me. Promise me. You won't sell that house.
Biden's younger son, Hunter, lives a more private life. He has 3 children with his wife, Kathleen, though the New York Post reports the two separated about 5 months after Beau passed away in 2015. But despite the heartache that followed, Hunter, Hallie, and the rest of their family say they are determined to move forward in a family where resilience and love have been demonstrated repeatedly.
There will come a day, I promise you, and you parents as well, when the thought of your son or daughter, or your husband or wife, brings a smile to your lips before it brings a tear to your eye. It will happen.